Welcome everyone. I'm so glad to be with you. I've been doing online insurance stuff today, so I really need this break with you guys. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to all of you. I hope you're having an amazing day. I was online with Anthem today with my daughter, and the first waiting line kept saying, you know, there's a waiting line and we'll be with you in just a minute, over and over and over again. There was no space between it. It was like, it was purposely done to get people to drop off the call. And then after we got someone who didn't know what we wanted, she didn't have the answer to our questions, put us on hold again with music that was all staticky, which again was very triggering, making you drop your energy or drop off the call. Again, this is the way the the big companies push your energy down, to either so they don't have to deal with you because you'll drop off the call, or to lower your energy so that they can control you better. So just to give you an example of how they are doing this to you, so you can not allow that to happen, right? So you can turn the volume all the way down, or you can hang up if you want to. But we did follow through with it, and I did tell the representative that they really need to change that. I'm not sure that they won't, but that's okay. I had to voice my opinion. So this is a twin flame read for the masculine and the feminine. So it affects both twin flames, and if something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. It's a lot of energy on the table. There's 7 decks. It's the SIRIAN STARSEED deck is the main deck. And then we have the mini Rider-Waite as a clarifier, the Romance Angels, the Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Numerology deck, the Gilded Tarot, and the Universal Golden Tarot. This is the main read for today, the SIRIAN STARSEED deck. And then here's the full read on the table in front of you. Okay. And I still have 4 more signs to do. I'm going to try to get them done today. I was expecting to get more done earlier, but I had an appointment actually with someone who never showed up for the appointment at 11 this morning, and I was kind of waiting for that a little bit. And then I was dealing with my daughter on the phone with this for at least an hour and a half, so I wasn't exactly getting things done that I would have rather have gotten done. So here we go with the twin flame read. Today is December 2nd, 2020, and the day adds up to 18-9, which is the moon, the 18. The 2 of the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very secretive to themselves, spiritual. You know, the one that keeps those secrets, practicing your psychic abilities. And then the 18 of the moon, things that aren't quite illuminated, right? The shadiness of information and the dark side of things. Right, when things aren't clear and you have that uncomfortableness inside yourself because you don't have all the information, right? Remember that it's darkest before the dawn. That definitely comes up in the message today. The SIRIAN STARSEED deck was cut and dealt at 9:24, and that is the 9 of the Hermit, the 24 of the Queen of Wands. And I finished clarifying this read at 9:49, which is the Hermit and the 9 of Cups, that Get Your Wish card. 9 of Cups is about self-satisfaction, right? It's the single person who's very emotionally satisfied. So let's see. And I didn't wake up on my own this morning. A phone call woke me. And I woke up kind of like grumpy this morning, which I haven't felt like that in a long, long time, because I don't usually wake up that way anymore, because I usually wake up on my own. But maybe because I got woken up by a phone call this morning. But even when I have been woken by a phone call, even this year, I'm not grumpy like that. So I definitely felt like something was bubbling up that was uncovered by whatever clearing exercises I might have done this week. Because I was feeling, ever since the lunar eclipse, I was getting teary-eyed much easier than usual, in that kind of sad, grumpy way, you know, when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, that kind of energy. And I haven't felt that way in a long time. And then the woodpeckers showed up. yesterday and today. So my son noticed it by his window yesterday, and then there was one out front today. And it's really like late season for the woodpeckers to be coming back. So just want to put those energies that were out there, because then I wanted to go within and assess, well, why are the woodpeckers coming in? Because that's my subconscious energy pulling them in, or perhaps my son, or both of us. So that comes up within the read as well. So the major arcana in this read that I finished at 9:49 were Shadow, which is the devil, Transition, which is the death card, which is in the middle of the read, Luna, which is the moon, so again the 18, and by the way 9/18 happens to be my birthday, and that's the day today is 18/9. And when I picked up the cards this morning, it was 9/18 too. So it's the moon energy is coming up very significantly, as well as the Hermit, which is that going within energy of hermiting. We had the Shadow, Transition, Luna, and then the Higher Self, and the Hanging Man. Before the read and after the read, because I always pull a few cards on either end. Before the read, we had Solar Deity, which is the Sun. And after the read, we had the Tower. And the Tower was full force today. It was upright in the read. There were 2 swords, 1 pentacle, 1 wand, and 2 cups. So it's 21/12, okay? So the reflection of 12/21 coming up this month, the solar flash date, or the conjunction of the planets. However, there's a lot of things going on this month. So however you want to look at that, the 2112 is coming up. And you might see some sage coming up. I am saging. I haven't saged in a bit, so I decided after that phone call today we should sage a little bit. So we have the King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups were the court cards that came up here. Before the read, the Knight of Cups also came up. And the numbers in the code line were all about relationship change. We had double ones and double sixes in the read today. So double ones is 11, or justice, truth and balance. And then 66 is the Queen of Pentacles. We also had 12, which is the Hangman, 25, the Knight of Wands, 56, the Two of Swords, and 68, which is the Page of Pentacles, which was significant again today, which are the main numbers for the read. And then in a lesser sense, we had 16, which is, well, actually 16 was big with the Tower, and it is upright today. And then the lesser sense is 89, which is that phi energy of expansion, right? It's the reflection of human body temperature, 98. So when it's not 98, the 89 has to do with not being at normal body temperature, being too hot, too cold. And then we have 8, 9, 10 begin again as well. Keep your energy high and keep coming back to center again. So regarding relationship change, the code line here was coming up as the Sophia energy, right? The divine feminine energy, the collective divine feminine, in an after-death show of power of the roadside shelter or inn, the possession, which you consume or wear out, you capture, to have, to give. You pardon, say, I'm sorry. The laughter, the wonder, the triumph, the discovery of the bridge to source, giving credit to source, or giving credit where credit is due, with the King of Swords, your higher self, the master of blind men and orphans, that high vibe DNA in this relationship change, okay? So a lot had to do with Sophia as the feminine connecting to the divine masculine here in their higher self. So for the feminines who haven't been meditating a lot lately, or just been dealing with a lot of 3D stuff, it's important that you connect with the divine masculine, your higher self, and also give them credit where credit is due, right? The logical man, when you need that kind of logical mind, the masculine is there for you. So relationship change is coming up here, and this can have to do with the relationship with yourself, both the masculine and the feminine. So also being sad, the female now. Oh, I wanted to bring up the movie I watched last night too, because it was about like a bed and breakfast inn. And here we have the roadside shelter inn, which is also like the, it always reminds me of the Muppet movie, like the Fleabag Hotel, the Happiness Hotel. That's what it was in the Muppet movie. But that's what it always reminds me of when this definition comes up, which has to do with Han, H-A-N. But the roadside shelter and the inn, and the movie I watched last night was about a bed and breakfast. I mean, that wasn't the main focus of it, but there was a lot about the hominess of that bed and breakfast that had a lot of meaning, as opposed to, big business, which has no face to it. There was a big message there. So the sad energy of the female in the now moment, oil, and it was coming up as well as shade. And the oil can come up as ointment too, like Mary Magdalene and the ointment with Jesus and his feet. But also the shade of the moon coming up here. And the groan or the complaining. Just like I said, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, kind of feeling grumpy. To toggle up, to bridge to source, and master thought in your high vibration in the DNA relationship change as we change from carbon to crystalline DNA. The sad, sad Nihon, or the Sophia after death again. And after death can be anything to do with the death card. It can be after a death has happened, a near-death experience, feeling dead tired, or just, that dark night of the soul energy. Actually referring to the Divine Masculine as that dark night. But the sad Nihon, the name Nihon was coming up, along with the Sophia after death energy, in the hidden secret or the latent secret, which is what Nihon, that name means. The latent hidden secret, which is what reminded me whatever was going on with me this morning, it's because something was bubbling up to the surface, coming up to be released. The bridge to source. And the King of Swords, that logical man, is the high vibration of your thoughts to use when you need that logical mind. The DNA relationship change. Sophia uses or gives, throws, organizes, and holds laughter, triumph, and discovery as a power-up. The bridge to source. The King of Swords, the master of thoughts, words, orphans, and blind men. Right? I was blind, but now I see. Right? Blinded by the light. All of those energies having to do with the masculine's logical mind and connecting to the feminine, and now reminding the feminine that she needs the masculine logical mind just as much as the masculine's logical mind needs her more etheric heart. So we start this read with the woodpecker. All right, so pecking comes up here, right? Because we have woodpeckers. They peck wood. But what else is pecking, right? Pecking is hen pecking, or in other words, the feminine energy nagging. But the pecker is also the masculine's penis. And you notice this is the opposite of the keys I always speak of, which I'm just getting the keys of Enoch. The keys I always speak of, the two main keys, is the masculine's voice, their mouth, and then the opening of the feminine, her creative place where she can create a child. So it's the masculine's mouth and the feminine's birth canal, which are the two keys to them coming together. The masculine must speak his truth and speak up to the feminine, and then she goes into her feminine, and then they can co-create together. So the pecker coming up here with the woodpecker is coming up as the exact opposite of that. The hen pecker, which is considered the feminine talking too much, nagging, and the pecker of the masculine always wanting sex, right? Always bothering you for sex, all right? There are two wounds right there. And it was very clear to me because I was at Thanksgiving, I was at my sister's with her two sons. And one of her sons likes to, just poke people with his finger. And it was so perfect because it was literally that pecker, He's still a young guy, but he likes to get people's attention by poking at you, whereas the feminine will do it by nagging, or is traditionally seen that way. So here we have the opposite of the keys, where the feminine speaks too much and the masculine uses his sexuality too much in an aggressive way, where it's supposed to be the other way, where the masculine speaks from his heart using his throat chakra, and then the feminine receives that by co-creating with him. So this was a very important energy coming up here. And then it started here at 10:19, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, 19 of the Sun, after the woodpecker stuff. And I was looking up the name of the movie last night, which was called Finding Agnes. The name Agnes was coming up, which means when you go back in the Hebrew descent of the name, it is Hannah, which is God favored me. And then in Greek, it means pure or holy. And here we have the movie Finding Agnes, finding your purity, finding your holiness, finding the part of you that God favored. So why is crankiness being pulled in today, or pecking? The fire god also came up with Agnes, known in Hindu as Vedic fire god Agni. And then again, the energies that I just explained to you. So the sad Lord gives shelter for, and this can reference, right, that bed and breakfast, the inn that has a lot of love around it. It's very family oriented as opposed to just another person, right, with a big enterprise. The sad Lord gives shelter for laughter, triumph, and discovery of self in the inn of pardons or saying I'm sorry, giving credit or bridging to source and higher self. The King of Swords logical man with that high vibration DNA in relationship chain, giving credit where credit is due regarding you and your higher self, whether that's the feminine to the masculine or the masculine to the feminine. The sad woman and Han Solo bridge to to master their thoughts in a high vibrational relationship change. Okay, and that's during this moon with the lunar eclipse and the moon coming up today. It's very significant. And the High Priestess, which is that inner realm and the higher realm. This read starts out with the shadow reversed at 10:47, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Cups. So here's the shadow, and then we have the mini cards on top where you see actually the King of Swords reversed is falling out of place on top of the Queen of Wands reversed. Now the cards below that card were the Sun reversed, Six of Cups, or the Children in the Garden reversed, the Knight of Cups reversed, the Ten of Wands upright, and the Nine of Cups reversed. And then I was getting poker face. So here you have the poker again. Poker face is where it's breaking down to poke her face. She has control, and he, if a man is attracted to you, this is what's coming up. The poker face is he doesn't want her to know how he truly feels because he doesn't want her to have control because she does, because he's attracted to her. And this doesn't have to do with the twins, but just in any situation. So he loses control because she has control and he won't let on. Okay, that's the poker face. Poke her face. So the detox here of the shadow reversed after no sunshine, feeling drained, sundowning. So someone who's getting Alzheimer's is sundowning or dementia. Sundowning is also the fall and the winter. The negative memories of the past come in, and this time of year is my hardest time between probably the end, getting into October through Thanksgiving is probably my hardest time of the year. And right now, right before the holidays get started, and when it gets really dark, which lasts till December 21st, I'm very affected by having, so much darkness, especially when, I was working in a hospital for 25 years where in the winter you never see the day because you're there really early, and then by the time you get home, it's dark again. So during this time where a lot of us are seasonally affected, the sundowning, the drained energies, no sunshine, the fall and winter, the negative memories of the past and childhood, the moodiness, the rejection, the ending pain, and perhaps the disappointment of not getting what you want at the holidays, the painful ending, the betrayal and unhappiness of self, not getting your wish, right? And what do we do on Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever religion you celebrate, these kind of occasions? You wish on a star to get all those gifts that you're longing for. And how many times do we not get our wish? A lot, right? So there's dissatisfaction here and detoxing that. Walking away from the Knight of Wands reversed player of the past with the Queen of Wands reversed. And these could be a couple together, the Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, or they could be two children who are up to no good, right? When they're Wands energy, they're getting into trouble for sure. But walking away from that Knight of Wands reversed player energy of the past with the Queen of Wands reversed, or the past between these two, the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, both reversed. Surrendering to the Page of Cups upright, which is that innocence of love, to end the battle and reap rewards with the King of Swords reversed attached to the Queen of Wands reversed, both of them in their negative energy. Then the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups are all upright together, choosing a path of the Six of Cups reversed. The Queen of Cups doing detox of Akashic records to clear negative past between positive inner children and outer children as well. Because first we have a negative group with the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Swords all reversed, except for the Page of Cups was upright in that group. But then the Page of Cups family over here with the Page of Cups the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups were all coming up together as one unit. But them dealing with the Six of Cups reversed, which is that negative past or difficult children, which is not them because they're coming up upright. So either dealing with other children outside your family or dealing with that negative past of when you were a child and what kids picked on you. So there's a lot of energy around kids coming up this week. Surrendering to the Page of Cups upright to end the battle and reap rewards, with the King of Swords reversed attached to the Queen of Wands reversed, that negative energy. And then the other group choosing the path of the Six of Cups reversed to clear those past negative energies. The Queen of Cups doing detoxing with Akashic Records to clear negative past between positive inner children and outer children. And then I went to write the goalpost, but it wrote goat, which has to do with the Capricorn climbing the mountain. So the goalpost here, and also fabrics and materials coming up, right? Like cotton, the fabric of our life. The goalpost, or the goat, the fabric of our life. The Native Americans, the fabric of our life, right? They were the natives here, knowing how to work with the earth, with Mother Nature. Or someone may be going through chemo, or androgynous. And the Queen of Cups with a cup in her right hand, the other more androgynous energy with the world in their left hand. Neither is coming up really happy here. The other choosing a stake with their right hand, which can be an X or Akashics or dark energies of the past. If the Queen of Cups holds their cup in their left hand, more in her feminine energy as the homemaker, right, being more loving and receiving, will the other person flip to the world from their left to their right hand, as in dealing with the world in their masculine energy. The Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, the curious one and the loving soul, are two. These are coming up upright. So the Page of Cups is surrendering to let go of conflict. Perhaps the Divine Feminine's heart is feeling the King of Swords reversed, the Divine Masculine not in his truth today, or he could be brooding or being moody today. So shadow work is coming up with a latent secret that's bubbling up to the surface and needing to come up. So when you're feeling uncomfortable, be sure you know what it is. If you're starting to tear up really easily, well, there's about to be a wound that's about to come up from deep under, right? Deep down under. And so there may be some Australia stuff coming up here. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, waiting for a new start, which is interesting because I had an appointment this morning that never started because they never showed up. So the Ace of Pentacles reversed, waiting for a new start, withholding time, money, and effort, playing ball, preparing for new life. As the Knight of Cups reversed is moody, feeling rejected, taken down by perhaps a vengeful King of Pentacles reversed, who may be superficial, or a schmoozer taking the field down before they get him, with thoughts and words, or cutting everyone out of their life, no longer loving all, now ungrounded, losing money and status, giddy up. So flirt comes up here, and beneath that was give your relationship a chance, with the then the Virgo or the Hermit energy coming up here, missing their flame, but refusing to wake up to the fairy justice. So the flame may be refusing to wake up to the fairy justice of the Divine Feminine, so that their perspective of this. The divorce, this could be refusing to wake up to fairy justice, divorce, or Libra energy, no longer at battle with the sexes or the exes. The King of Cups reversed without his pet and perhaps sad today. No one to clean up his scraps on the floor, so you may have lost a pet. There's no one licking up the food anymore. No more flirtations between a feminine female Libra and the King of Cups reversed, emotionally unavailable, depressed, or over-emotional, or drinking too much. With conditions of love, the fairy princess is not showing enough cleavage, or too goody two-shoes for him, and bare feet to boot, no shoes at all, right? There's some people who say, why aren't you wearing your shoes? You're going to get cut, or something bad's going to happen. Or Virgo male and a Virgo male and Libra female with the King of Cups refusing to wake up between them. Okay, it says King of Cups. King of Cups here, there's one spot, where was he? The King of Cups is reversed in this read, but there's one spot which I can't find now. I don't know why, where he was upright. Oh, I see him. Okay. So here in the underlying energy right there is the King of Cups upright, but that's the only spot. The rest of the read he's reversed. And that could be two different King of Cups too, because they're water energies, or the King of Cups upright is unconditional love, and reverse would be then conditions of love. So any of those energies are coming up, both of them. So with conditions of love, the fairy princess not showing enough cleavage, perhaps, for this King of Cups reversed. Or maybe too goody two-shoes for him and bare feet to boot. Maybe it's the boots that they want, no shoes at all. Or Virgo male and Libra female with the King of Cups refusing to wake up between them. And perseverance, which is the number 4 of the Emperor, and making an effort, which is the number 13, which is right in the middle of the read today. And the Emperor was significant today. And also 13 reduces to a 4, which is the way it would be written in numerology, 13/4. So here we have Death and the Emperor as very significant. And there's somebody here who's not waking up. And whoever's not waking up is what's getting between the two. So at 11:40, which is Justice and the Page of Cups, the King of Cups upright here, which is the top on the left, which I just showed you. The King of Cups is upright, hiding his face, though, manifesting knowing, but keeping to himself. The Knight of Cups, reversed, however, is jealous or moody or insincere here. The Fool is free to leap with fireworks about to take off, with death, ending, dark night, or transformation, or somebody maybe jumping out of a plane, or ducking to clear their head. Duck, duck, goose. Watch out overhead, preparing for transition, to carry the weight of the world, Atlas, somewhere between freedom and death. Aries and Scorpio, being watched by 2 bucks, 2 shoes, 2 hearts, dear ones, where the antelope roam, man on the run, buckshot in arrears, or in the rear, or in our ears. So here I'm losing my voice, so buckshot's coming up as somebody in arrears for child support, or getting buckshot in the rear, literally hunting and getting shot in the rear, or the noise of buckshot in our ears. Sorry about that. I gotta plug my phone in too. Okay, just give me one quick second. Okay, sorry about that. So, again, the preparing for transition, carrying the weight of the world, or Atlas energy, somewhere between freedom and death, with Aries and Scorpio being watched by, and remember, Aries and Scorpio are very Mars related, that aggressive masculine energy, right? Aries is the first sign, it gets killed first. People refer to it as the front man on the line, whereas the Scorpio is the sergeant in the back, who's in charge of sending them out to the front, but they're up there too. But they get to stay in the back. The Scorpio likes to stay in the dark, and have control over what's going to happen. So Aries and Scorpio with that Mars energy being watched by 2 bucks, 2 shoes, 2 hearts, which is the name of a red deer, and then dear ones, where the antelope roam, man on the run, buckshot in the arrears, in the rear, in our ears, just clearing or a near miss. Perhaps they heard the ankle bracelet coming, and that warned them. The baton twirler or confetti residue gave it away. Jester free from pirate ship, or pirating fireworks and streamers. A close call, a near miss. Not the Eiffel Tower, but 2 sets of antlers between their legs. And that came up because when we were in Paris, me and my kids, my daughter was being silly and took a picture bending over with the Eiffel Tower between her legs, so it was like a picture between her legs, and it's like like making your face like it really hurts. And so here with the Eiffel Tower between her legs was coming up 2 sets of antlers between their legs. So there's definitely someone out there hunting for sure. So not the Eiffel Tower, but 2 sets of antlers between their legs. The King of Cups upright may be ashamed of his son, the Knight of Cups reversed, refusing to kill a deer or to kill a mockingbird, blinded by the light, wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night. The worst is over and the bliss state now here, free to carry the weight of the world until death becomes her, or death do us part. Detoxing the past between them, how they hurt each other. The King of Pentacles upright and the King of Pentacles is reversed as well as the King of Cups reversed, persevering with the 4 of the Emperor, with the Empress reversed in lack, sick, or just mean, or a nag. So the nag was coming up here. And this could be someone who's passed as well. The death card's in the middle of the read, and I'm not getting a specific person with that card, but if someone did pass, it looks like the King of Cups reversed or the Empress reversed, but it's not really about a death here. If someone passed, it's someone who's passed already. It's not something brand new. So perhaps the King of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups reversed are hurting or hunting together. So you could be hurting and hunting together. Or hunting down the Emperor, the man on the run, on behalf of the Empress reversed, or the Empress reversed who passed. Death or transition between the King of Cups upright and the Knight of Cups reversed, Scorpio and Capricorn detoxing, rehab or doing shadow work, with their inner children or outer children having issues, or outward bound program, or pogroms comes up. And when I looked at pogroms real quick, they started using the word pogroms in 1881, which is the moon 18 and the reflection of that 81, which is also the end of karma around the world. Riot attacks against the Jews, the massacres like hunting down certain animals, or deer control. It was the same thing with the Jews back then. The pogroms, they were riots to take out or massacre a group of people they didn't like. Or actual war games of hunting humans may be going on, where we don't see that, right? With the underground tunnels and the children, there could just as easily be these narcissistic type people who are bored because they have so much money, having war games where they send humans out to hunt them. I'm sure that happens somewhere. Or accidentally shooting someone on purpose while hunting. Goodwill hunting. The vigilante confronting the past and facing the future. Getting back at those who hurt him as a child and then getting arrested fighting a cop who's breaking them up at 12:12. Wisdom. With 2 men hanging out together, seeing a new perspective at 12:13, and isn't that goodwill hunting, right? Where the genius janitor all of a sudden falls into the lap of the perfect instructor for him to bring out his latent talents. Or destined meet, and Spirit's connecting with me, or a destined meet between the professor and the genius janitor leads to shadow work and revelation of his talents. The unnatural death or end or transformation of 2 bad kids from childhood, the King of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups reversed, and the Empress reversed, encouraging them. So this definitely could be sibling rivalry with brothers. And maybe, the Divine Masculine being the oddball of the family, right? Because they're all about, no one's a sissy in this family, including the mother. So the mother could have encouraged the rough stuff of the brothers. And then the Divine Masculine being, always the brunt of everything. So that could come up, but also the past of the King of Pentacles reversed and King of Cups reversed. It's really coming up as their inner children and working those wounds out. Whether it was family from the past or friends from the past or enemies from the past when you were a child or past lives. And again, hunting's coming up. So anything around that kind of energy is coming up here. And those wounds coming up to clear. In the recent past is the 8 of Wands upright. The energetic exchange between soulmates and twins in the 5D world. The spiritual third party under the radar. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stubborn bull, stuck, resistant, out of work or disabled, while the Chariot is upright, boldly moves forward with the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Emperor upright. Or the Emperor has 2 kids with 1 car between them, or an energetic exchange between the Emperor upright and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, ascending from the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which is that stubborn bull energy, perhaps her child is stuck with her, right? We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So that could be to a brother and sister, it could be a mother and child, and they could also be in a relationship together. But we have really the Emperor with the Queen of Pentacles together, and then the Knight of Pentacles is a little bit apart from them with the Chariot in between. Or both the Queen and the Knight are without jobs, or just have one vehicle between them, like I said. Perhaps moving in or traveling with the Emperor connecting with their twin, the Queen of Pentacles reversed in the 5D world, ascending with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, perhaps she divorced or spiritual, third party, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, perhaps feeling like a failure, or doing ascension under the radar, though. The foundation here is the Page of Pentacles upright, curious about their abilities, right? This is the good student, the researcher. The Page of Pentacles upright, perhaps with Capricorn in their chart, perhaps their moon or rising, curious about death and transformation and shadow work. Perhaps they're curious about unnatural death or murder mysteries. After depressed and losing hope or arrogance and healing with the Page of Swords reversed, or the Page of Swords reversed is depressed and healing while in need of using their intuition, the Page of Pentacles seeks knowledge about the Devil reversed or detoxing between the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is reversed, so they may be lying or spying or just downright mean. The good student studying why certain other kids don't like them. What is the trigger in their own subconsciousness, or about the Page of Swords reversed, who can't keep a secret, or can't get a secret, or their mouth is closed. They can't shut their mouth. The Page of Swords reversed, is the most immature energy that you can get in the deck, especially verbally. Or the Page of Cups upright, but sad. The Page of Pentacles is upright, but healing and forgiving. And the Page of Swords reversed here, detoxing, or is a little devil in rehab. Or the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords reversed are codependent on each other, right? One's the good student, the good kid, the other one's the bad kid. Or the Page of Pentacles always standing up or protecting the Page of Cups to the Page of Swords reversed, who's always being mean to the Page of Cups. So sticking up for someone else who needs to stick up for themselves. So again, here's the codependency between children and our inner children growing up. Healing from those who teased us as children. The central energy is transition, the death card, the end, the transformation, the dark night. Under the radar, the whole truth is out, or presented to the Cancer reversed, Aquarius upright, and Capricorn upright. Or about deception, the lunar eclipse announcement, judgment, or a wake-up call to hang out and be wise, perhaps, with the Page of Wands reversed and frustrated or uninspired, or children trying to understand a death by making announcement or posts while hanging out, seeing new perspectives at 1250, which is the Hangman, and the Ten of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, right? Finding emotional fulfillment by expressing your feelings, your sadness, your woes. Capricorn or Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer reversed in chart. And then we have the challenge for the twins here is the King of Swords reversed at 1252, which is the Hangman and the Queen of Swords, who's reversed in this read. Yes, so both the King and Queen of Swords are reversed in this read. So the challenge here is the King of Swords reversed in energetic exchange while sharing, working, or giving to others, all right? So feeling the twin while giving to others or settling out. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed with a negative past or looking back at negative past memories, dumping emotional attachments to that weight of the world upon your shoulders, the Atlas energy, the hard work, the burdens, the slave driving. Finding peace away from the Ten of Pentacles reversed, the dysfunction or loss of that family, business, or community, or the misuse of wealth. Recovering from loss, regret, and the past, with justice, a judge, divorce, or Libra, where they stand alone, in transition, and the King of Wands is affectionate in a bold move to the Queen of Wands who's reversed and living in the past with romantic tie or loss of romantic tie, the King of Pentacles reversed, without his cape and no reunion, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, patient angel finding peace away and hanging out with the Ten of Cups upright happy family or in a happy ending to an emotional cycle. The King of Wands is upright. Could be a Libra, could be the Emperor as well. Maybe driving with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands reversed, which can both be kids, or it could be a partner and a child. Maybe driving with them with dysfunctional family or loss, going back or looking back at the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles both reversed with no reunion, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. All right, so the King and Queen may have expected to have a reunion with the Knight of Pentacles, but it didn't happen, which may be the reason why they're all reversed or not, or they're just all being negative or all about the superficial life and money. But the Knight of Pentacles reversed is patient, moving to calm waters, or going on vacation to hang out or see a new perspective of the Ten of Cups family or happy ending, and or that emotional fulfillment of that at 104, which is the Magician and the Emperor. So now crowning for the twin flames is the Moon or Luna reversed. A new day dawning, right? Deception, that it is darkest before the dawn, making an escape, ghosting, or running away from the Ace of Wands reversed. Frustration, inability to be inspired, an inability to be aroused or conceive or conceptualize something. The Page of Swords reversed may be a battered child spreading rumors, lying and spying, with a secret out, a need to use their intuition and break patterns of falling to death. So this is a death that's specifically coming up right now, people who have fallen to their death. This is a wound coming up, the fear of falling to their death. And I actually had that wound. As a child, we had a jungle gym. And in my dreams, there's two dreams. One dream was a jungle gym. It was a huge, huge, very high jungle gym. And I would climb and climb and climb and climb in my dream. And as soon as I hit the top rung, every time I'd start falling and falling and falling and falling. And I would just keep falling. The other one was in my old house. The foyer was all open to the upstairs stairway. So the stairs went up, and then the hallway across was open to the front door. And in my dream, I would climb up the steps and fall over the banister into the front foyer on the floor. But I would hit, and I was always told that you never hit ground in your dreams, because if you do, you would die. But in this dream, I would hit the floor every time, but I would get up and climb the stairs again and keep falling over the banister and hitting the floor. So it's definitely a wound about falling to your death. Past lives of dropping the facade. Oh, there's another one that just came up too. When I was in the Mary Magdalene cave doing a channeling with Mercedes Kirkle, I literally, as we started the meditation and we all were meditating, there was a group of women outside, and we had no idea how many women were out there. There was a lot of them. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one of the women just screams, a blood-curdling scream. So apparently there was some kind of birthing ritual they were doing. But when she screamed, it took me back to a life where I was being burned at the stake, and the cliff right outside this cave that we're in. I mean, you'd kill yourself if you fell off that cliff. You know, it was very high up. So there was definitely that thing of falling, and I had another instance where I saw me as a baby being thrown off that very same cliff of the Mary Magdalene cave. So there's a lot of fun. I wasn't even thinking of any of this stuff when this came up in the read. So you might want to think into your own energy and where those fears are coming up for you. So past lives of dropping the facade also is coming up, especially for the Divine Masculine, and then getting killed, right? So because I think the feminine we've cleared this a lot already, you know, being authentic and getting killed for it. So now it's coming up for the Divine Masculine, dropping the facade and then getting killed or being sent to war or taking the fall for being their authentic self. The King of Cups reversed, manifesting with the Page of Wands reversed, or putting two negatives together to make a positive, helping each other out, heal their wounds. So again, this could be a grandparent and a child. Maybe they're both having issues, and so maybe a parent has decided, well, maybe we should make them hang out together. Maybe they could help each other with that stuff. And it looks like this is a very positive here. Perhaps a grandparent and a grandchild manifesting music together, which actually could be, because at my Thanksgiving, I didn't realize my sister's father-in-law has an amazing voice, and then my nephew plays the drums, and they were playing together, and then I was playing piano, and my nephew was playing with me and with my songs that I write, and it was actually a lot of fun, and he was doing really well. Or perhaps they just needed a little space between them, the grandparent and the grandchild. The King of Cups reversed, separating perhaps two kids who are being bad, the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords both reversed, perhaps so they don't kill each other, and the Emperor hiding his face, perhaps not getting his wish, or dissatisfied with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands both reversed, living in the past, right? This could be broody kids or a partner and a child. The Emperor knowing about a deception or Cancer reversed, so that could be a Cancer person or someone with Cancer who's keeping it a secret, or the Emperor may be keeping to themselves, even though they know, and draining or protecting themselves from draining kids, or Leo or ego, to recover from exile, injury, or illness, or financial loss by receiving a big love, by sharing frustrations and being patient with the Ten of Cups family, or the ending of this emotional cycle or a family, or being patient with the Queen of Cups as his higher self. There's confirmation there. Okay, so, or just learning the Emperor being patient with his frustrations no matter who he's dealing with, whether it's the Ten of Cups family or ending, or being patient with the Queen of Cups, who could be his twin or his higher self, a higher love of the Ten of Cups, that emotional fulfillment, caught in the woods or caught with their pants down, sundowning, or ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And I was just getting, there ain't no sun. What's the expression for where the sun don't shine, right? Sundowning, or where the sun don't shine. So I was definitely seeing an old man like who wears diapers, like taking his diapers off and just peeing wherever he feels like it. So that was coming up. The Hierophant reversed, defenseless to affections, energies, or unwanted advances, or sundowning old man, or Leo reversed, Taurus reversed, without an excuse, or caught in the woods, or taking off his diapers, like I said, and peeing wherever he wants at 121, which is the Magician and the World. The World is his oyster. Soon at 122, which is the Magician and the Fool, the higher self is reversed, burdened with Atlas, the weight of the world, and dumping multiple loads while carrying on with a sudden event, an eruption or epiphany, an energetic exchange, freeing self from taming the beasts or just letting it all hang loose, but then ending up being dissatisfied. A secret now out, needing to use her intuition about a sudden energetic exchange while working to free the beast, while Leo pacifies the animal, and the King of Cups reversed is dissatisfied or arrogant Scrooge, floating the gold coin while the Fool takes off to have fun, but without the dog this time, right? Leaving the dog home with the family so he doesn't have to walk the dog for a change. Or free from pets and responsibilities. Here's the Fool taking off, whether it's the feminine or the masculine. The King of Wands is upright, and the Queen of Cups upright side by side, sitting pretty, he focusing on his wand, his rod, or his staff, and she on her heart and emotions or her chalices. He working hard. I wrote hardly working, but that's not what I know. That's not what I meant to write. He working hard, or perhaps hardly working, and she frees him, the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands here. The twin flames are not facing each other. They're sitting side by side in their sovereignty, looking in the same direction. The twin flames are seeing themselves as the Knight of Swords upright, the messengers of truth in union, ending pain, or someone being a pain in the ass, rising above and awakening, defenseless to the energies and or attacks, or without an excuse, no longer caring what others say or do. The Emperor upright and the Queen of Swords reversed, not working, and suffering in silence to end the nightmare once and for all, while helping others end their suffering. Trust comes up here, and romantic feelings, and then two more cards came up, engagement and forgiving and learning, which says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Around the twin flames, or how they're seen, is the hanging man, hanging out, perhaps with a right knee block, and their face hidden, but the block's hidden as well. And that has to do with anger blocks on the right side. So hiding their anger blocks. Perhaps about Scrooginess, clinging to security, with the messenger of truth rushing in with the truth about that, or rushing them, making them cling even tighter. The Lovers reversed, in downturn, powerless and or dependent with financial drains, hanging out without affection in a twist of fate, clinging to the Knight of Swords upright and the Sovereign reversed, or kids, and those could be kids, those two, the Knight of Swords and the Sovereign, or saving and grounding and trying to be moderate to teach the kids how to handle their finances at 137, which is the Magician and the King of Cups. The twin flames with messages about holding on too tightly and being frivolous at the same time, and needing to merge those two aspects, neither attaching nor resisting, neither attaching to nor resisting wealth or poverty or good and evil. The block being the Ace of Cups upright, the big love being overwhelming, starting over, breaking patterns, and shedding light on your shortcomings. That's the block for the twins. Relationship change comes up here, but even more so for the twins was parenting, music, and compassion. And I was just listening to something. I think it was The Truth Can Change Your Life. That YouTube video, I think. They were talking about, music, yeah. I think they were talking about reptilians. And they were talking about the kids who are like half human, half reptilian. The music is so important because if they listen to, head-banging music, they're going to go into the reptilian energy. And if they listen to, beautiful violin or high vibrational music from the heart, they're going to stay in that high vibration, and they can eventually lose all of their reptilian, because the reptilian energies are only in the lower three chakras. So it's really important for those kind of children who may have that reptilian side to be in really high vibrational music all the time, to eventually not have any reptilian energy in them at all and become fully a human soul. That was very interesting coming up. So parenting, music, and compassion come up. Soulmates resisting advances to protect their hearts and their sanity, or children resisting their parents' lessons or advice. The King of Cups reversed may be just conditions of love or boundaries, no longer putting up with unwanted advances or affections, or narcissistic parents moving to peace, seeing new perspectives on how to be emotionally fulfilled. The King of Cups reversed with the King of Wands and King of Cups upright together. Unhappy Cancer man needing to make peace with the King of Wands and Queen of Cups together, and the Emperor home being nagged by pain in the ass, awake to what's not working to end the suffering, no longer carrying that if they want to suffer, then they can choose to. That is their choice, like no longer being the savior. At 152, which is the Magician and the Queen of Swords. The Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, is there to give options, but not to do their work for them. The King of Cups reversed is getting over grief of a sudden event, an eruption or epiphany of the whole truth, or dropping the rocks, the ball, the facade, the act, the distraction from moving to peace, right? Drop all that in order to move to peace, coming together to co-create. So there's peace at work here at the end. So the bliss at the workplace, an announcement of being strong and taming the beast, starting over in love, recovering from exile and guilt of running away or trying to get away with something when they could have been free all along with a loyal friend, with bag and flower in hand. Detoxing the Page of Pentacles, his curiosity, and the Knight of Swords, truth, by hanging out together in energetic exchange in the transition portal, and challenged by the King of Swords reversed, who's not in his truth and disconnected from higher self and the big love, self-love, in deception of self, or the King of Cups reversed, who may be up before dawn, the King of Cups reversed recovering from loss, regret, or the past, and suddenly, or in a sudden event, eruption, or epiphany that brings them peace in order to work together in harmony. And again, there's the music. Ebony and ivory come together in perfect harmony. So side by side. There we go, side by side on my piano. So, and the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups are sitting side by side. So drained by kids, ego or Leo reversed, and 5D messages of bliss and unhappy alone, detoxing energetic exchange in the transition portal of the dark night, the divine masculine, the death, the in-between state of bliss. The Page of Pentacles transitioning in the lunar eclipse, challenged by the King of Swords reversed, his bitter words or his silence, his bitter silence. Coming back down after the full moon eclipse to the new moon from the lunar eclipse, the new moon coming up 12/14, I think it is, the solar eclipse, just over one, and then getting hit with another. The Knight of Swords, Messenger of Truth, both of them, as the twin flames, with a secret out, or needing to 5D connect with each other, connect with your higher self, hanging out with the Ace of Cups, outpouring of love, and the Knight of Cups reversed, Cancer, recovering from loss, regret, or the past, or leaving behind Pisces in the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Excalibur, where each stand alone, but sit side by side, him speaking, creating outwardly, and her creating and speaking inwardly, not surrendering choices up, but dancing side by side in peace, co-creating. The Chariot moves, or Cancer tries to make a bold move, and is blocked by the release of the Dark Knight, both getting over loss, regret, or the past, and there may be a Cancer Leo male blocked by the release of a Scorpio Taurus, or the Divine Masculine or Cancer is blocked by the Taurus reversed, so that the Dark Knight or Scorpio can be free to move onward, suddenly in his truth, emptying his pockets and finding peace at work or in co-creating together. This also could be a funeral service here as well if there has been a death. Perhaps the King of Cups reversed or the Empress reversed, past, or both. And that could be depending on whether you're the masculine, the divine masculine, or the divine feminine, because it could be two storylines here. But this read overall at 222 is all about the transition portal. We have Leo reversed. There may be two Capricorns, one upright, one reversed, or it's one Capricorn going between their energies. Scorpio is upright, Cancer reversed, Pisces upright and reversed. But then this is just the end here. But the Scorpio wins over Capricorn, Cancer, and Pisces reversed. If someone wants to know like who's got the upper hand, it's Scorpio here at 222, which is again room 222, which are guidance counselors, and Scorpios are great guidance counselors. So that's very interesting there. All right, so we're going to pull an energy deck card for you guys. Let's see what time is. 57:26. 57 is the Three of Swords. 26 is the Page of Wands. So healing of the Page of Wands, who is reversed in this read, which is that anger block, right? The Page of Wands reversed is an angry child, frustrated. And then we have the Hangman hanging out with a right knee block. So there is a masculine anger block that needs to come up here. And there were a lot of wounds that I brought up in this read. So I hope that pulled up some stuff for you guys. So for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn for the twins to take away from this read today? And so let's clear all blocks to positive energy flow in all chakra layers, auric layers, grounding and galactic cords across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, this is for the twin flames. What is our takeaway from this read? Okay, we have all tied up, and this is the King of Wands. All right, so he's coming up upright in the read. So perhaps he's playing coy, perhaps flirting here, which flirting does come up in the underlying energy here. And then we have adjacent possibilities. So even if one window falls out, there's plenty of other more options. And here we have the 24 of the Queen of Wands, who was reversed here. All right. So maybe she only has adjacent possibilities if she changes her perspective. Right? Are you lying on the floor or are you lying on the ceiling? All right. And this could also be the Queen of Wands in the King of Wands' energy here, because she's coming up reversed. He's coming up upright. He's upright. She's reversed. And then we have the community here of the Chariot, which was definitely upright here. So there's a strong community energy with the King and Queen of Wands maybe tied up, dealing with possibilities that they may or may not have. We got the 23 and 24, King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And then the community of the Chariot. And this can also involve children, you know, and traveling or moving together or moving apart. But there definitely can be move or travel energy there. And then to see the world, take a step back to see the big picture. That's the 29 of being present in the moment. The underlying energy here is the 47 of the 7 of Cups, the thinking woman. So again, this was coming up as the logical man, right? To connect to your higher self when you're trying to do intellectual work. Okay, and then we have Deceit behind you. So now the Knight of Wands. Yeah, the Knight of Wands is reversed in the read. So there's definitely deceit going on here with the Knight of Wands energy, which can be a child who tends to get into trouble, but also can be the player energy. You know, he's not being authentic to himself. This could be someone just deceiving themselves, you know, and then they come off really dark. And then there's a dark mother behind them. So this could be a mother and son issue. Remember what I talked about? The sibling rivalry with the mother who would support the sons who were the tough guys, not letting their other brother be the sissy. There could definitely be that energy coming up. And then here's the sister. Maybe the sister wasn't as affected in the family as the boys were because it was a different energy here. Or maybe the women were just treated completely different in the family. They definitely were treated differently in my family. Okay? But the underlying energy is about the feminine energy intellectualizing or perhaps pursuing a new career. And that could be the divine feminine, or it could be one of the children. It could be the masculine's partner as well. All those things coming up here. But the main cards came up around the King and Queen of Wands. Him being upright, she being reversed, and they're not together in this read. They're apart. She's reversed in the underlying energy with the Knight of Wands, the deception, and he's over here sitting upright with the Queen of Cups. So it's like, I don't know if they're separating, and one's struggling with their options and where they can go, that kind of stuff. But there's definitely a move here with the community or children or some kind of traveling in order to take a step back and see the big picture. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull a Scooby-Doo card for you guys too. Let's see. There's definitely an energy of getting out of the guilt and shame to free themselves with a loyal friend, with or without the pet. And that loyal friend doesn't have to be a pet. It could be freeing themselves to be with their best friend. All right, that fell right in my lap. Look, Queen of Pentacles fell right in your lap. You like me? We have the Eight of Pentacles too, which is what's not working, right? The Eight of Pentacles reversed is overwork, not working, or just figuring out what's not working, right? So the Queen of Pentacles is upright here. Perhaps she's not working or figuring out what it is in her life that's not working for her. And then we have Three Pentacles here, the Seven of Pentacles, which is upright. This is very much the feminine's heart, reaping rewards of their efforts, or perhaps daydreaming, right? Fluffing their feathers, showing their chest. All right, so we have the Queen, and then these two energies of her, not working and reaping rewards, right? Being the very feminine energy here. And there's the masculine in the Two of Swords, dropping the rocks out of his pockets and panting because he's really excited about seeing the feminine energy, right? But distracting himself with the swing. There's another swing. Twins. Look how cute that is. That's perfect. And then after that, he's just going to be his authentic self. And this is the Ace of Swords, the truth, the Excalibur energy. So that's really nice. And then we have the Four of Wands here. The house may be stable, but there's disorientation here. Okay, so it's not reversed, but it's not, doesn't feel good. There's two fours, both of them feeling disoriented or, you know, woozy or just off. The Four of Wands, the Four of Swords. This is someone who needs to lie down and take a rest, right? The house feels good, but because it's like safe and secure where you don't have to do anything and just lie down. And this is definitely needed, maybe for both twins today, okay? Very interesting. Oh, and it's saying, but behind that was to follow the rules. Follow the rules today. And take it easy. Lie down and rest. Okay. Okay. And I'm only going to read, I'm really only going to read one Journey of Love card today because I still have to get 4 more signs done before I'm finished. So, let's see, from the Journey of Love. Take another deep breath. From the Journey of Love, what is our takeaway from this read for the Twin Flames today, December 2nd, 2020? There's 2 cards, but I'm not going to read both of them. There's a third one that wants to be seen too. All right, let the feminine lead the way. 39 is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups was reversed in this read, which can be jealousy or feeling rejected or being insincere. So let the feminine lead the way is really going into your feminine side. What's beneath that is coming together. 66 is the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So coming together, let the feminine lead the way. Okay? So there's a message for you in the underlying energy. And then the cards that came out for you is Devotion to the Small, which is the kids, the animals, the flowers. 32 is the Journey. And it's very black and white. And then we have the 54 of the Page of Swords, the Earth Angel. And the Page of Swords is coming up reversed in the read. Remember that the child who acts up is the one who's been really hurt. So the Earth Angel. And I love the colors in this card. It's really pretty. So this is like gardening. Then doing your meditation, going into your more colorful self. And then we have music here with all the symbols that seem like, a G clef or just music symbols in general. The Chakra energy of putting the power here. The shifting universe of the 7 of the Chariot again of the group, and music came up big time today as really helpful to change and shift your vibration and bring it higher. And it can lower it too depending on the music you're listening to. So make sure you listen to high vibrational music. And yeah, it's very feminine here. You are the music in me. You are the music in me. I got the music in me. All right, so 32. All right, 32, Devotion to the Small. And again, dealing with children who may be struggling right now with all these energies. She bows, she honors growth. She sees that within the smallest flower there's a teaching of the earth, the gospel of Gaia, the mystery of life demonstrated. She recognizes that she too is of nature, subject to the mysteries of growth and life, that in honoring nature and taking pleasure in life, she opens her heart to allow great creation to happen through her. This is the feminine wisdom, alive in men and women with open hearts. There's an innate wisdom within you that understands this devotion to the Earth Mother, as an important step in fulfilling your spiritual destiny on this planet. She's speaking to you now, letting you know that there is a small change happening, something that is growing within you that you may recognize but not think is so important, and yet she tells you now that it is very significant. Soon you will see that what you thought was a seed to yield a single flower is actually blossoming into a lush garden of manifestation. Gratitude and love for the small changes happening are leading you into fullness that you can only dream of. Enjoy. The message of this oracle for you is that your blossoming is occurring now, and the Earth Mother has gratitude for your presence within her being, for the work you are doing to help other human beings. She asks for you to surrender any concern you have to her, to let her creative power continue to gently guide you into your rightful place in the world, that you may shine as you were born to do, in service to the evolution of this planet, and she is helping you now. Trust her. The poem reads, a flower is a poem that tells you the truth of a thought, in the fragrance of a dream, as fleeting as a heartbeat, as lasting as a memory. And the next page is God Speaks. So I love that. All right, we're going to leave it right there for you. Very much connect with Mother Earth. She has messages for you today, apparently. All right. And make sure you drink plenty of water, enough water to connect. Get enough rest, as much as you can, and get your joy and get your nature. Especially Mother Nature is coming up today. And as always, you guys, be good to yourselves and rise and be love with ease and grace. Rise and be love. I love you guys all. Have an amazing day and night and eclipse month.